Hello, so I've started working on IP adapters as well to sort of give more control over style transfer and sort of face replacements. So here I just have a style image, and this is a separate node that I made an adapter node, splitting it out from the main sort of images node, where you can pick the models and the strength of it. And here there's two variants here, one a cat, one a dog. You can see that they give quite good results just from changing one word. And if I change that to bear and then update that, it'll go offload the pipeline. And yeah, there's been a sort of architecture change instead of having so much in the one node. They're sort of broken out a little bit more now. So yeah, the bear looks a little bit strange because it's a bit massive, but it's that it sort of does retain the overall style of the image. And then say this one here, if I reduce the strength of the style and generate this one again, it would be following this quite a bit less than it is currently. The strengths of the style scales are sort of a little bit fiddly, so you do have to sort of play around with them a little bit. But you see there it's a lot more of a sort of realistic one, and if it was quite a bit higher and then generated again, it would probably be more cartoony and probably more taking maybe even parts of the rabbit that's sort of in the frame. Yeah, so you see that it sort of took quite a bit of the original image, so there's a bit of a fusion there. And then I was also working on multiple adapters, so I made sort of this painterly sort of background here, and then that's one style adapter, and then I've got a face adapter, so I'm using Donald Trump's face off Wikipedia here. And then you can sort of fuse the two styles, so you can sort of take some of the style from the background and then some of the strength from the face. So these are separate adapters, one specifically trained on faces and to replace any faces visible. And then you can just swap out. So I've swapped out, I've got a iconic sort of Terminator face here. So if I run that again, it will go off and swap it. So yeah, there he is. Yeah, it's quite interesting. You could just, in theory, just swap that image for something else. So say if I take that original rabbit image, stick that in there for the style. I mean, it's not perfect. There's obviously an element, things don't look completely correct, but it does give some quite interest. Oh, that was quite cool. Like it's got more of a humanoid sort of look to it. Interesting that it's took the glasses off as well. And then, yeah, here's just some more examples with the that's one that looks a bit crazy because it's using a bit too much of the rabbit of the style one. So if I drop that down a bit and apply that, it's looking a bit Hobbit-esque. And I think if I better sort of faces as well. So that looks sort of fairly good. I find that I'm having to put the face quite strong. I think maybe if I had a bit more of a neutral one, it might work a bit better. And then here's sort of a final one with not just sort of randomly got generated with Donald Trump holding the rabbit, which was quite amusing just to see just some random, see some really random stuff sometimes, but it's quite opens up quite a few possibilities, and these also can work with the control nets as well. So you could have like a control net sort of controlling like a canny sort of representation or something, and then feed that the style transfer stuff into that, which is something I hope to try next.